So the reports coming out since last night are in fact true. President Donald Trump has signed the economic stimulus relief program, including the $1.4 trillion to continue the funding of the federal government. So what does this mean? Obviously, most people watching are going to get some money from this, whether unemployment or a stimulus check. Does it mean you're only going to get $600, $2,000? When are you going to get it? How did all this happen? I'm going to share all of that with you. President Donald Trump last night, Sunday night, decided at Mar-a-Lago he was going to set up a ballroom with a desk and everything and do the regular signing that he always does. You know, President Donald Trump likes to make these things big media events. And then at the last moment, he decided not to and sort of did it quietly and just got it done. He did issue off a statement that he is signing it because he wants to provide continued relief to the American people in the form of assistance, PPP programs, unemployment, and much, much more. It is a little unusual that about a week ago, President Donald Trump called this thing a disgrace, and he listed off the reasons why. He said that there's too much spending, in fact, billions of dollars of spending for needless programs in foreign countries. In addition, it only gives the American people $600 checks per individual instead of $2,000 checks. He said he wasn't going to sign it. Well, this is where we were sort of in limbo. Remember, I was sort of reporting, well, we're in limbo here. He didn't say he was going to veto. He didn't say he was going to sign. So is he still going to do that? He didn't really say. He needed to make things more clear. And I think that would have helped him out. If he would have came out and said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give Congress 1 week to change these two things. If they can change both of them at the same time, I will sign that. If they cannot, I will sign it in its current form, and then I will give them some time to amend it so that we can get those things done. But he didn't. He left everyone in limbo, and now he signed it after calling it a disgrace, which is sort of weird. So at the end of the day, what does this mean? It means if you're on unemployment, you're now going to receive a $300 a week boost, which is very nice. It means that if you earn under $75,000 or $150,000 filing joint, you are going to get a $600 stimulus check. Is it only going to be $600? Well, right now, yes, that is what President Donald Trump signed. However, today, the House of Representatives has issued in a bill that is slated to change the $600 to $2,000. It is likely that this is going to pass the House of Representatives. There are enough Democrats there that want to do this. In fact, Nancy Pelosi issued this statement. She said, every Republican vote against this bill is a vote to deny the financial hardship that families face and to deny the American people the relief that they need. She, in fact, knows that the Democrats are going to vote for this. The Democrats generally are much more favorable towards spending this type of money on the American people. And I think in this situation, it's actually needed. I think that there are people who need this money right now and need this help. Not everyone, of course, but in order to make sure that the people who do need it get it, you kind of have to send it off to everyone under a certain financial threshold. However, the Republicans are very much unlikely to vote for this. So this needs to pass the House, and then it needs to go to the Senate. So the big thing I find disingenuous here is that President Donald Trump asked for two things to be done: getting rid of all of the unnecessary billions of dollars of federal spending and programs, which comes to about 4% of the total bill. And I know a lot of people say, well, that's not enough. That's not a lot. We could just do it anyway. No, we don't need any wasteful spending. Let's just get it done, get that stuff out. And then he wanted the $2,000 checks. But all we hear from the Democrats is the $2,000 checks, not the wasteful spending. I'm okay with that. Let's get the $2,000 checks done. But don't pretend like you're righteous, because you know you're not putting forth any bills to get rid of the wasteful spending. That stuff you want to keep in. And this was from Chuck Schumer. He said the House will pass a bill to give Americans $2,000 checks. Then I will move to pass in the Senate. No Democrats will object. Will Republicans? So now this is being used as a political move by Democrats because they're like, hey, President Donald Trump said this. Nobody's paying attention to the wasteful spending. If you look at any of the headlines, none of the major news articles or news sites are saying Democrats won't pass bill to get rid of wasteful spending. Democrats won't get rid of wasteful spending. No, everything is Democrats want $2,000 checks. Democrats want $2,000 checks. Republicans don't. So unfortunately, the Republicans are on the bad end of this. What are they going to do? Because right now you have a $600 check coming. That is signed, sealed, and delivered. It's coming. I'm going to share with you in a moment when you can expect that check to hit your bank account. But the $2,000 checks are not out the window yet. They're still possible. They're going to pass half because they have a 50-50 shot. The $2,000 increase is going to pass the House today. And we already know President Donald Trump will sign that. The only thing it needs to pass in the middle is the Senate. Will the Senate pass this thing? They're in between a rock and a hard place right now, because there might be people who say, well, we would pass it if you defunded all these things, and they're going to use that as an escape clause to not actually pass this thing. But unfortunately, when you have news media that report the way they do, and American people are not going to care. They're going to either say, did you add the $2,000 or did you not? I don't want to hear about, did you get rid of the wasteful spending? And no, just do the $2,000. That's what we want at this point. So Senate Republicans, man, are they going to vote for this thing? It's tough. I wouldn't want to wage bets on it, because I tend to think that they're not going to want to. But boy, if they don't, it's going to be bad PR for the Republicans, especially at a time when they need to win the Senate races in Georgia. So it might be worth it for them just to bite the bullet, do something they normally wouldn't, upgrade to the $2,000 checks, so that they make sure that they secure at least one of the Senate seats. If they don't do that, they might actually lose the Senate. So in the long run, it may actually hurt you. What is the Senate going to do? We're going to have to wait and see, but I will tell you right now, the $2,000 increase will pass the House today. So you might not just get a $600 check. We're going to continue to keep you up to date on what happens with that. Now, when can you expect the payment to hit? So we can see here on the calendar that this thing was passed last week and finally signed by President Donald Trump yesterday. We are now a week behind, but that's okay. So if we're looking at Steven Mnuchin's predictions, he said he can get it to you in a week. That means you're going to see the check, the $600, hit your account next week, sometime around Tuesday. Tuesday is the day that the government likes. However, a lot of economic experts out there don't believe it'll take a week. They think it'll take either 2 or 3. So you can see here on the calendar how long it's going to take. It's either going to be between the 1st and the end of the 3rd week of January. It's not going to take months and months. You will get that $600 check fairly quickly, unless it changes to a $2,000 check. That should happen rapidly as well. This bill that's being introduced into the House today is not a big bill. It is very small. It is literally change the $600 to $2,000. That will pass. It will move to the Senate. Chuck Schumer said he's introducing it to the Senate. What is the Senate going to do? If they shut that down, if they shut it down, I don't know, today or tomorrow, we will let you know, then $600 checks is what you're getting, and the timeline is going to stay the same. However, if they say, you know what, we will go with the $2,000 checks, we're going to bite the bullet, it's against our fiscal conservativity, but we're going to do it, and they also pass it, then it has to go to President Donald Trump, and he has to actually sign the increase. Once he signs the increase, then we're going to have a new time slot. But it shouldn't take too long for that to happen. I would think within days we should know if that's going to go down. I don't think this is going to take a long time. We will keep you up to date here. So everything you need to know, President Donald Trump signed it. The government funding is signed. The economic relief is signed. PPP is going out. Unemployment help is going out. Help to airlines, to hospitals, to the vaccine distribution, stimulus checks. Right now, $600, but voting on $2,000. So this is the whole deal. It is in fact true. At least they did do something. It's a little strange that President Donald Trump called this thing a disgrace and then moved to sign it a week later. I wonder why. Maybe he just felt like he needed to put it out there and put it and see if he can get something done. Maybe it was a bluff. Maybe we're starting to see him just sort of kind of quiet down a little bit and realize it looks like the end is near and he's not going to be continuing on anyway. So to fight at many more than he's already fighting isn't going to work. I don't really know. He hasn't issued too much of any statements about that, just that he ended up signing it because he did in fact want to help the American people out. But we're still open to getting rid of those billions of dollars of waste and the $2,000 checks. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, I will catch you next time.